All right, now that we're done with server A and server D, we move to the to Windows 10. And if you remember in Windows 10, they want us to add Windows 10 to the Active Directory, and they want us to test accessing resources from 10. So what I have done, right? What I have done, I'll show you what I did. I went to the computer settings by right-click on this PC, go to properties, and in here you see that I have changed the computer name the same way I did in server A and D. I also changed the zone, the time zone, and I also assigned the IP addresses. I also configured the IP addresses. I made a mistake before. I figured out the mistake that I did, and now that everything, and I tested communication. I can do it from here again. CMD, type ping 10.0.0.1, which is our domain controller and our DNS, and it was pinging just fine. All right, and then I typed NS lookup and hit enter. And it took a little time, but it replied it, and it told me that 10.0.0.1 is your domain controller. All right, so now the only thing missing is to go ahead and join the domain. How we do that? It is the same way we did it for server D. I'm gonna click change settings, and I click here into workgroup, change workgroup, and instead of a workgroup, I'm gonna take it, I'm gonna have it at connected to the domain to the iClinic.local domain. And if everything is okay, we should be asked for a password to join the domain. Everything looks good. So we're going to type administrator, administrator, at iClinic, administrator iClinic.local, and the password is the same password for the admin account we're using in the Active Directory. We hit OK, and if everything is good, we're going to hit welcome to the iClinic. We hit OK, we hit close, restart the computer. The computer will restart, and it'll join. When it restarts, it'll be part of the newly created domain controller, which is Active Directory. Now I'm waiting for the restart, and once it's logged in, it wouldn't take too long. Once it's logged in, I'll show you how we'll access it. All right, let's pause it. All right, we'll log in back to the Windows 10 now that I joined the domain. And remember what I said before, you do not want to type a password here. If you do this, you'll be logged in locally and you will not be able to see all the resources. You need to go to others or switch users and log in as you log into the domain instead of logging locally. iClinic.local, and password that we need 1, 2, 3, and test this. And it looked like the administrator is about to log into the domain. All right, let's bring this one over here. I'm gonna pause it because it looks like a window. Gonna go to that thing that it does all the time for every single user, for every single new profile that you create. Once this profile is created, I will come back. All right, so I was able to log in as an administrator. Now I'm gonna test access to the resources, the doctor resources from this point. There's so many ways to do that, by the way. One of the ways that I like to do it quickly is just to using the UNC path by typing, go to run / and type 10.0.0. And if you remember the member server, the print that has a role that had a file and print sharing rule, it's 20. So 10.0.0.0.20, we hit enter, and 10.0.0.20 20 or 10. I'm sorry, I think it was 10. Let's try 10. All right, it's 10. Sorry, it was 10. So here is the doctors. I recall admin is accessing it. If you want to create something, since he's an administrator, should have no problem. And let's say that this is Dr. Lee.txt file if he wants. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna log off the admin or switch the admin to Dr. Lee and see if Dr. Lee can, let's put something here. I'm just gonna put here, Dr. Lee is gonna put hello. I'm sorry, the admin puts hello, and supposedly Dr. Lee need to finish the, what he calls. So I'm gonna hit save, sorry. Not sure if he saved it. Okay, hit save. Okay, close here. Now I'm gonna log in as Dr. Lee. The same thing. Gonna input keyboard, Alt Control Delete. We're gonna switch user. It takes a little time. And if it does the same thing, so I do not want to log in as administrator, I want to log in as other users. And here I remember it's Dr. Lee. All right, username are not case sensitive in Windows, and the password by default, I must say. All right, Dr. Lee is login for the first time to the domain. If it started doing the same thing with his profile, I may pause the profile creation if it takes too long. I know this video is not too long. It's only 6 minutes. So Dr. Lee, we are trying to log in as Dr. Lee right now and try to access the resource. And by the way, the assignments want to do exactly that, and this option was an extra credit. And you should do the same thing for the nurses and for also the support. Create users and add them to the group and create resources for each group and log in to what it called. And by the way, if you try to log in from a server, from a member server or the main controller, definitely the domain controller, the Active Directory local policy may not allow you. You may get an error that says the local policy does not allow you to log in interactively. There's two ways to solve that. One way is install a Windows. I'm going to pause here, wait for it to finish. All right, so I am now logged in as Dr. Lee. All right, I'm now logged in as Dr. Lee, and I'm going to try to access the resources on the server D. There are a couple of ways to do that. One of the easy way, just right click, go run, and type what we call a UNC path. UNC path is to the server D / / and I type 10.0.0 that 10, and we hit enter. All right, so here's the doctors. Double click there, double click on the folder, open up Dr. Lee that was created by the administrator, wait for it to open, and then finish hello world, and see if doctor can save. All right, file, then we're going to save and exit. And with this, we have finished the lab that asks us in the beginning. I'm going to bring the instruction that asks us in the beginning to create, to build a small network that is made of 2 servers. One was a domain controller, right? Was our domain controller, which is server A. All right. One was our member server. This is a server D, that was our member server, and has a role as file and print server, and that's where we put all our resources. And finally, we have Windows 10 up and running, and it was able to access the resources. All right. Well, thank you. And if you have any question with this lab, please let me know. Bye.